Yo, what's up, guys? It is MJO Series here, back with another video, and today I have my 2021 NFL mock draft for you. Now, before we get started, the picks are traded with the Dolphins, Niners, and Eagles, so that's all set. Now, with the first overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Best player on the board, they need a quarterback, they go best player available. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. Pretty easy pick. Pretty self-explanatory. Next up, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, quarterback out of BYU. Again, this one's also pretty obvious. Then you go quarterback here. Zach Wilson, best quarterback available after Trevor Lawrence. And the Eagles were trying to trade up with Miami originally to pick 3 to try and get Zach Wilson, but the Jets going to take him. We couldn't guarantee Zach Wilson was going to be there. So, that's how the Eagles went the 12th overall pick. But Zach Wilson gets selected, pick 2 out of BYU. Now at pick 3, the San Francisco 49ers select quarterback Justin Fields out of Ohio State. Now, I know the quarterback, Ohio State, isn't really a big, they don't have a lot of success in the NFL, but I think Justin Fields, Trey Lance, they could be on the same wavelength. I think the Niners will go Justin Fields. They'll pick up their quarterback for the future and try to trade Jimmy Garoppolo away. We all know that's why they trade up number 3 to take a quarterback, obviously. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. And I might be thinking, Marino, why are you going to take a quarterback? Why not? They need help the defensive line. Take an edge rusher. Yes, they could take an edge rusher, but at pick 4, it's very early to take an edge rusher at pick 4. Especially how the class is. I think if they were to trade back in the draft, I think they need to definitely pick up an edge rusher there. But they didn't go Trey Lance. You may think, well, they Matt Ryan. Well, yes, the Chiefs had Alex Smith. Mahomes sat behind him for a year. Now he's the best quarterback in the NFL. The same thing could happen here. Matt Ryan, Lance is behind him for 1 year. He could start best quarterback in the NFL. Maybe that's what they're doing with Julian Love and the Greenway Packers. But Trey Lance is still a great player, and Matt Ryan, his time might be up. So they go quarterback here. Now, pick 5. The Cincinnati Bengals select Penei Sewell, tackle out of Oregon. This one's pretty simple. I've had Penei Sewell to Bengals since the start of mock drafts. And you might be thinking they could go Jamar Chase, try and link up Joe Burrow with his old teammate. And yes, they could, but they need to protect Joe Burrow in the first place. They couldn't protect him on the offensive line. Chase Young took him out, injured. And a bad injury, so they need to protect Joe Burrow. They have T. Higgins, they have Tyler Boyd, so they have a good set of wide receivers. Yeah, they lost A.J. Green, but he's towards the end of his career anyways. But, they're going to take Penei Sewell, tackle out of Oregon. Generational talent to protect Joe Burrow. Next up, the Miami Dolphins select Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Miami, as a Dolphins fan, we need a wide receiver. We signed Will Fuller. He is the guy who's going to create separation. Jamar Chase is the main man. Now, it's between Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith. Which one are we going to pick? For me, it's got to be Jamar Chase due to his size. Devonta Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, great player, but, it's just Jamar Chase's size is much better. I was watching some film on both of them recently, and just before this on Jamar Chase, and just the footwork and and how he creates separation from the corners. His freshman year as well, at 18 years old, was just amazing. And I think he's gonna be an amazing receiver in the NFL. LSU is kind of like a wide receiver U, so excuse me, but there is that. Next up, the Detroit Lions select Jalen Waddle, wide receiver out of Alabama. Lose Kenny, lose Marvin Jones. Need to pick up a wide receiver. Jalen Waddle is the next man up. They probably would have picked Jamar Chase if he was still there, and he isn't. So they go the next one up, Jalen Waddle. Again, they prefer him over Devonta Smith due to the size. But yeah. Next up, Pick 8, the Carolina Panthers select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida. The Panthers haven't had a solid tight end since Greg Olsen. And to be honest with you, they need help. Okay? They spent all the picks on defense last year, and it worked. Jeremy Chin's great, Derek Brown's great. So they go out, they get the offensive weapon that they need. They could go quarterback here like Trey Lance, but he already went down to the Falcons. They could trade for Sean Watson, not even being in this position. But they take Kyle Pitts, tight end / wide receiver. He's a great player, and he'll get that tight end help that they need. Because I think Ian Thomas is starting tight end right now. And yeah, they lost Curtis Samuel, but he's also play wide receiver. So he's kind of like an Evan Ingram type, so he can play all around, and they can have a decent weapon that Teddy Bridgewater can throw to. They recently signed to last offseason to a big deal, so we'll see if they keep Bridgewater around. Next up, the Denver Broncos select Rayshawn Slater, tackle out of Northwestern. I could think they could go corner. Why not corner? Why not quarterback? Well, they signed Ronald Darby and Kyle Fuller to the team. 2 solid corners. Why would they go back and get a third one with the 9th overall pick? Doesn't make any sense. I can even see a trade back option here, but they're gonna go Rayshawn Slater, tackle. Protect Drew Lock, protect the running backs. And give Drew Lock some time. I say give him this last year to prove himself. If he doesn't, move on to the next QB. Number 10, the Dallas Cowboys are going to select Patrick Surtain, cornerback at Alabama. In my opinion, best corner in the draft. There's Jace Horn, and Kill Farrell and stuff like that. But I think they go Patrick Surtain, corner at Alabama. If Anthony Brown's still on the team, I don't remember if he still is. Joby Duzway, I think, is a free agent. Brian Jones went to Miami last year. So they really need somebody at the cornerback position. Trevon Diggs, he got last year in the draft, and he's a great player and all, but lick him up with an Alabama running back, Patrick Surtain, and let's see if they can make a great quarterback duo down there in Dallas for America's team. Next up, the New York Giants select Micah Parsons, tackle, Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State. Now, they could go tackle here, was what I was going to say. But with Rayshawn Slater already gone, they could go Christian Darsois, but they're going to go ahead and pick up the best linebacker in the draft, Micah Parsons. Danny Dimes might not be the man for the Big Apple. They could shock everybody and go quarterback, Mac Jones, or they could go tackle. But I think they go Micah Parsons here. They could trade back a couple picks, wait, and then maybe take Darsois. But Micah Parsons, linebacker, I think is the best pick here for the New York Giants. They get a real great linebacker to help that defense. They signed Adoree Jackson for their corners. Secondary got fixed. Larry Williams on the D-line. Dalvin Tomlinson, I think, is still on the team as well. D-line is set. Defensive back set. They get the linebacker now, which they desperately need. In Micah Parsons, yeah, they need offensive line bad. Need to protect Saquon, need to protect Danny Dimes. But since they got Kenny Galladay, they don't need a wide receiver. So I think Micah Parsons goes here to the New York Giants. Now for their other AFC East counterpart, the Eagles select Jace Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina. Now, you might be thinking, Devonta Smith is right there. They need a wide receiver. That is true. They did, but they did draft Jalen Reagor last year. And my opinion, I think they just stick there. They go corner. They need help on corner. They have Darius Slay, but that's about it. Avonte Maddox maybe, but they need a great corner. Jace Horn is that guy that can help them on the defensive side of the ball. They again could go Mac Jones at quarterback as well, but I think they go corner, help their defense out. This wide receiver class is absolutely stacked, and they can definitely get a wide receiver later on in the second round, 100%, and get somebody great. So yeah, I think they go Jace Horn, corner, out of South Carolina. Now, at pick number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers select Christian Darsaw, tackle out of Virginia Tech. So they get the tackle. The offensive line is just terrible. Terrible for the Chargers. They need to protect Herbert. He had a really, really great rookie year. They need to protect Herbert. So they go ahead. They take Christian Darsaw. They protect Eckler. Give Herbert time to throw it to Keenan Allen, to Mike Williams. And they could go wide receiver. Get the Heisman Trophy winner. Have a really strong receiving core. They have those two players, and Darius Guyton had a good year as well for them. But I think they go tackle here. They solidify the offensive line and get somebody good for years and years to come. And speaking of offensive line, with pick 14, the Minnesota Vikings go Elijah Vera Tucker. Now, yeah, the Vikings could go ahead and take an edge rusher here. They have their pick of him, but I don't think so. I think they go ahead and they pick up Elijah Vera Tucker. They cut Riley Rafe, their offensive tackle or offensive guard, in the offseason. So they replace him here with a younger guard and Elijah Vera Tucker. And this DN class is pretty deep, so I think they can definitely grab one in the second round or trade into late first if they really need to. But yeah, they're going to go guard there from the USC, the best guard in the draft. Next up, the New England Patriots select Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. Smith finds a home in New England. Now, yes, they signed Kendrick Bourne and another receiver, in free agency. Patriots went all out, but they get the Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver. They bring him to catch passes from Cam Newton to New England. Now, I know it's pretty crazy that he would fall this far, but I think he does. The stock in him has been dropping because of his size. Now, he's a great player. He won the Heisman. But just his size is an issue. Bill Belichick takes best player available. They take Devonta Smith to help out Cam Newton in the wide receiving core. They could take Mac Jones, quarterback, but they just resigned Cam Newton to a one-year deal. Wouldn't make sense, in my opinion. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to go ahead and take Caleb Farley, corner out of Virginia Tech. So, my opinion, the third best corner, have him down by some, but they take the guy they feel is the best fit. They got J.J. Watt in the offseason. They helped the defensive line. They got Andrew Green, helped the wide receiver. They need corners. Patrick Peterson is now a Minnesota Viking, and they have Byron Murphy as their last one. So, they need a corner to replace Patrick Peterson. Caleb Farley is the main man. They get him there from Virginia Tech. They help him out. Now, at pick 17, the the Las Vegas Raiders select, Jalen Phillips, wide receiver. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Jalen Phillips, edge, Miami. Now, yes, Coy Payne is there, but I think they feel the best option is with the Miami product and Jalen Phillips. Now, while Coy Payne is great, I think they like Phillips just a tad more. I think they need help with defense. Yeah, they need a tackle, but the top ones are pretty much gone. So they get the main man, Jalen Phillips, edge rusher from Miami, to help them out. They could have gone Coy Payne, could have gone Gregory Rousseau, Christian Barmore. They could have gone Tevin Jenkins. But, my opinion, Jalen Phillips goes at 17. They need help with defensive line more than offensive line. They got rid of Ronnie Hudson. So, they take that. I think they trade for Orlando Brown, honestly, not going to lie. But they take Jalen Phillips. Now, Miami Dolphins at pick 18. They select Coy Payne, edge rusher out of Michigan. So they get the man that the Raiders passed up on. It can go either way, in my opinion, but I think they go Coy Payne, edge rusher out of Michigan. Again, great pick for Miami. They need edge rusher. Cut Van Noy, got rid of Shaq Lawson, so they go ahead and get the edge rusher there. Now, number 19, the Washington football team select Mac Jones, quarterback. Fitzpatrick goes from mentoring an Alabama quarterback to mentoring an Alabama quarterback on 2 different teams. Yeah, they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick to be their quarterback, but I think Mac Jones just goes to the Washington football team. They need a quarterback for the future. Fitzpatrick's probably going to retire after next year, so Mac Jones sits behind Fitzpatrick, learns from him, kind of gets that Tua treatment, and next season he becomes a starter for the Washington football team. Now, next up, at number 20, the Chicago Bears select Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. Like I said earlier, they lost Kyle Fuller in free agency, so they go ahead and take a cornerback to replace him. Andy Dalton they signed, and they franchise tag Allen Robinson. Don't need wide receiver. They need a corner. They go ahead and take it there. Now at number 21, the Indianapolis Colts go up and select. Let's see, where is he? Gregory Rousseau, edge rusher out of Miami. Now, yeah, they could take the offensive tackle to help, protect Carson Wentz, but I think their defense is where they're lacking right now at the moment, and they need an edge rusher to go ahead and get after the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. This is a deep tackle class, so they can still get somebody great. They go ahead and they pick up Gregory Rousseau out of Miami. Next up, the Tennessee Titans select. Where is he? We're going to go position cornerback. They select, there is Tyson Campbell out of Georgia. Now, it might be a little bit of a reach pick. Now, they could go offensive tackle again, but do you want to try for offensive tackle? What happened last time? I don't know. So, I have them going corner. Tyson Campbell out of Georgia. They go ahead. They make up for Dory Jackson leaving in free agency. They get their corner. They could go wide receiver as well, but I think they go corner here. Next up, the New York Jets. They're going to go ahead and select Travis Etienne, running back out of Clemson. They could go Najee Harris here, but they're going to go with the best one available, in their opinion, which is Travis Etienne out of Clemson. They're going to go ahead and get Zach Wilson a nice running back to fit with them. For me, it was between some multiple positions with offensive line or the positions, but I think they go running back here. They get someone to help Zach Wilson, and probably one of the best running backs in college, and Travis Etienne, who had a really great pro day at Clemson, and he becomes the Jets' second first-round pick. And now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to go ahead and select Creed Humphrey, center from Oklahoma. Mike Pouncey just retired, or Marquise Pouncey, whoever his name is. He just retired, so they need to fill that void at the center spot, and they get Creed Humphrey. Now, they could go running back at Najee Harris, but I think they want to patch the offensive line first before they look at a running back. Running backs, the value has been it's been dying down. So if they want, they can really just get a running back in free agency. There's still some available that they can grab. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They select, let's cancel this out here. They select Trevon Moehrig, safety at TCU. Best safety in the draft class, no doubt about it. For me, they could have gone multiple positions here, like offensive line, but I think they upgrade their safety. To look at their roster, and it just was not it for safety. Was not it. And they need the best one available. Very a hybrid safety, very versatile. They definitely play. It would be a great playmaker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, next up, the Cleveland Browns select Jeremiah Owusu-Komora, or whatever his name is. I can't really pronounce his name. Sorry for butchering it. The linebacker at Notre Dame. I personally love this guy. I wish he would have fallen to Miami in the second round, but I think Quit Payne's a great pick there. They get the linebacker that they need. Their team is pretty good. They get the linebacker, help with Myles Garrett. Kevin Stefanski will love that pick. They go ahead. They get the linebacker. Now, next up is the Baltimore Ravens, their division rival, and they get Terrence Marshall Jr., the wide receiver from LSU. So another LSU wide receiver off the board to the Baltimore Ravens, Terrence Marshall Jr., they need to help Marquise Brown a lot. They just need to help him out. They need to give Lamar Jackson a weapon, a wide receiver, and then maybe he'll throw more than just run the ball on every play. So if they go ahead, they get a wide receiver to help out Lamar Jackson, which they need bad. Next up, the New Orleans Saints select Eric Stokes, corner out of Georgia. Now, Tyson Campbell, the other Georgia corner, went earlier at pick 22. The other Georgia corner, Eric Stokes, who could be better, goes to 28 to the Saints. I think he's very fast as well. Had a very good 40 time. But with Jonas Jenkins gone, they need to get another corner. And when Morning already picked, they can't go safety again. They're going to go Eric Stokes corner, get the main man for them to help replace Jonas Jenkins. Next up, the Greenway Packers. They're going to go ahead and select. Where is he? Wide receiver. Kadarius Toney from Florida. Now, yes, Rashad Bateman is there, but I think they go Kadarius Toney. Only reason why, and I love Rashad Bateman in Minnesota. He's a great player, but I think they go with Kadarius Toney. The Packers need to get wide receiver to help Devonta Adams, and they get the best one they think is available with Kadarius Toney out of Florida, a player that's been lighting it up, and I think will have a great career in the NFL. Now, next up, the Buffalo Bills select Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. I butchered his name. But they get the edge rusher from Georgia. They re-signed Matt Milano. They re-signed Darrell Williams and John Feliciano on the offensive line. So they need some edge rusher to be on the part with Jerry Hughes. They go ahead. They get the edge rusher from Georgia to try and get into those backfields for them. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they select Tevin Jenkins, tackle, Oklahoma State. Jenkins falls to the Kansas City Chiefs at the end. They could go Jalen Mayfield here. Samuel Cosme is also an option, but they go Tevin Jenkins. They get the offensive tackle. They cut Schwartz. They cut Eric Fisher. They got Tooney, and they get that offensive tackle there to help him out. And finally, with the final pick in the draft, at rank number 32, the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Christian Barmore, D-tackle, D-end, out of Alabama. Let's go down here so you can see. Ndamukong Suh and JPP are not getting any younger. Ndamukong Suh is a free agent, or he's going to be a free agent, or is a free agent already. They need to replace him. He's not getting any younger. His time in the NFL is basically up. Then he gets a replacement in Christian Barmore, the interior D lineman out of Alabama. But that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. This is the mock draft for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to please like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. All my social medias will be down in the description. That being said, guys, have a nice day and peace out.